which is a privately initiated, it doesn't seem, it's not per se opaque, but the point at which it's supposed to become known to the public.
The manner in which it's revealed.
The manner in which it's revealed. For example, someone seated somewhere in a foreign country throws a document on social media and says that we are being finished. Our airport is gone. Now, without going into the difficult clauses of this act, let me just speak to the process of that PIP. Okay? In the simplest language possible. The PIP itself operates almost like the way you handle patents. Okay? So the way you handle patents is such that when I arrive at your door, you are the person regulating patents, and I tell you, I have this patent, and I give you that document, you've received it. The first thing you are supposed to do is to lock it.
I've come up with an invention that nobody else has.
You lock it first.
Okay.
The same way for the PIP.
I don't go saying, well, there's a guy who has invested in it.
So that other people begin coming up with other ideas. No. At that point, when a PPP partner arrives at your door and tells you that you have problem X, we have solution Y.
Yeah.
We would like to come in and provide you the solution.
Yeah.
Remember, it's our law. It's not. There is nothing illegal about it. Once they bring it to you and they pay it's $50,000, you lock it first. How is it reported out there that KAA gave out the airport that morning, that very morning when they received the document? But when you come down to look at how this law operates, what they did was just the right thing.
How would we know it's the right thing when we don't even know what a PIP is?
But it is in your law, and ignorance of that law
Actually,
it's not defense.
Actually, I'm not looking for defense here. The point I'm actually trying to make is that it is incumbent, that same constitution that brings about our laws also states categorically the need for what we keep saying, public participation.
Absolutely. So
if you are
civic education.
Yes, if you're entering into an understanding on our behalf, should we not know what it is you're doing on our behalf?
Now, that's the reason why I wanted to run quickly in the simplest way possible through the procedure for this. First, you're supposed to receive that proposal and lock it. Once you've locked it, then
explain lock.
Once you've received it, you do not continue receiving other proposals on that.
Because of why?
Same matter. That's the law. But let me give you comfort.
Okay.
This law exists like that so that it also protects, because by the time someone is bringing in a PIP, they are putting resources into trying to develop that proposal.
They've done their homework.
They've done their homework. They've put in money already.
Right.
And you don't want to keep on. City is coming. He has put in 100 million. And then Eric is coming, he has put in another 150 million, and Do is coming, he has put in another 50 million. So to avoid that, we'll allow City to come. Once he has given us his proposal, we lock it, we process it, and that process has several stages. I think it's almost 20 stages. You process it, you're going to review it, you lock it first, and then you review it. You come up with your own counter proposal. You come and sit down and negotiate, get a middle ground. If you are a government agency, you take it through the approval procedures. You take it to management, you take it to the board, and then the board takes it to cabinet level, and then the cabinet takes it to parliament. If your law says that the issue will come into public participation at parliament stage, and you begin querying it at proposal stage.
At locking stage.
At locking stage. You have no debate, you have no discussion. You are expending your energy on something that is not adding value to the conversation.
Excuse me, teacher. Excuse me.
Yes.
If I go to CT,
yes,
and I tell CT, I know you will need a shirt.
Yes.
Because I know CT is due to revamp his wardrobe.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
Because I've been out there in the public. Me, I like, buying my new clothes in December. He has been saying it.
Yes.
Then I come in October and I say, I know you will need new clothes in December. Okay? And the only thing now that's unique is the type of clothes I want to supply him and all those things. How can you call that a PIP?
It all depends with the laws that CT has set up for
so
CT,
are we saying that
for CT International.
In this particular case, for example,
yes,
our airport manager has been saying, I need to expand JKIA.
Okay.
I need to improve JKIA.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
There's a conversation that's been taking place. Somebody comes and says, I think you need to improve JKIA. There's nothing new you're telling me. The thing that I'd like you to do with your improvement of JKIA is A, B, C, D. Now, you should not be stopped from allowing Engineer Howard to also come and say, I heard that you need to improve your JKIA. Here is how I propose to do it. What I can lock it by saying, I will not go and tell Howard what Eric said.
Yes.
And I'll not tell Eric what Howard said.
Yes.
I will review all of them.
Yes.
And then I'll go back to each of them with a counter proposal.
Now, Eric, what you're saying sounds very logical.
Okay.
And it sounds good. Until the time you retreat back to the law and find that that is not how the law provides. The law under PIP,
first come,
first served, okay? We process that first application until when we are convinced that we can't progress anymore. And we have examples of some of PIPs which have not gone up to the end. They have been terminated, and at that point someone else can come on board. If you want a scenario where you can do what you are saying, where you can receive one person, you begin looking at it, and then you don't tell the other, you can receive it also, then the right way to go about that is to go back to the Act.
And choose option 2.
If you go back to the Act, if you choose option 2, probably you'll be going for the open tendering approach.
Yes.
Or you can go back to the Act, even to the same section of PIP, and introduce additional clauses that govern that PIP.
By amending the law.
By amending the law. So before you amend that law, the law that is in place is what is going to be applicable.
Public interest again comes in. Okay? In this law of ours.
Yes.
Because this law of ours presupposes that a PIP shall come at a point where I did not even know that I needed this help.
Yes.
And then I look and I say, oh my God, this is brilliant. Actually, this person has looked 30 years down the road and they've seen my needs and I hadn't done this. But if I'm in the process of actually thinking how I need to improve my airport over the next 30 years, and I have been thinking, well, what route shall I take? Shall I go, direct contracting? Shall I advertise a tender? This is in the public domain. And then Howard comes and says PIP. Basically, you're saying that simply because I have received a PIP application from Howard, I cannot even consider going open tender. I cannot even consider any other alternative.
You need to remember, Eric, you have been thinking about the problem. You've been thinking about the JKIA problem.
And
in fact, you've been talking about it.
Yes.
You've been talking about it. You having thought about it and you've talked about it, doesn't stop me from coming up with a unique solution to it. And unique solution does not have to be an Albert Einstein kind of unique solution to it. Yeah. As long as I'm coming to you and I'm telling you, okay, also you've been having a problem with your airport, fine. Your airport has a lower handling capacity and you're looking at the growth of Africa and maybe other areas. Okay, the unique thing about my proposal could be whether it's the designs, whether it's the amount of money, whether it's the conditions that I'm going to put in there. But as long as I arrive with a solution and I'm telling you, I'm bringing you this solution.
It is actually not a solution. It is a possible solution.
Okay, fine. As long as I arrive with a possible solution.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And I come to you and I tell you I'm coming to you with this possible solution under provisions of your law.
Your own law.
Your own law. Section this.
Lock mine.
Then you have to follow that law. And if you do not want to follow that law, for example, if that law is not serving public interest, then the right place to go to is go back to Parliament and then make amendments to that law. But now let's come back again to these other issues. You have to, when we are asking ourselves, I think the biggest debate that we've been having out here and the information that has been flowing out here is that the airport has been sold. The airport has been done what?
Sold.
Yeah, it has been sold. It has been sold at one.
Somebody is.
It has been sold at 1.8.
Discussion with the port.
Yes, at 1.8 billion US dollars. Imepeanwa. First, a PPP is not a sale. It's not a sale. The law that governs PPP does not involve sale.
You know where the problem arises?
Yes, I'm listening.
There's a discussion here that was summarized in the Star. State agencies in trouble. For the longest time, the discussion of privatization has been common discussion among Kenyans, the government seeking to. Now, the principle and the concepts around the sale or the privatization is really not the issue. If you start from the perspective that we have a serious trust deficit,
yes,
if the